Here's this 10,000 BTU General Electric air conditioner, which is not a GE product. This is actually a higher 10,000 BTU window air conditioner. I believe this is from 2021, so it's not that old. This is my friend's unit, one of my friends I went to school with, and this is what he uses to cool his lower floor of his house, I'm pretty sure. So, this one was not crazy dirty. I just did a clean and service on it. Here's the drain plug, which is never going back in because that will just ruin the air conditioner. But the do a test of it here because I haven't tested this unit at all since I've had it in my possession. So we'll see how this thing runs. I don't know if the kilowatts meter is visible. It looks like it is. So I don't know if the compressor will fire up or not. That has one heck of a startup sound. Sleep timer? Goes down to 64. Did it just kick on? I don't think it did. Something about this filter is very strange. It was pretty dirty when I got it, but I cleaned it, but there's still like staining on it. So definitely get the filter out. All the temperatures down. Pretty. Have a look at what compressor this is. It has a Quiang rotary and shitty rod ocean fan motor. This is already starting to have some bearing noise. So all I got to do with this one really is just wipe down the case and it should be good to go. Now he has casement windows, so I'm going to probably build a little wooden bracket for it, or just cut a piece of wood that he can use to keep this thing from falling out the window. It's only a couple years old. Another unit he has is a little 5K Medea, and that thing's absolutely disgusting. That one will probably be one of the next ones I work on. It already feels pretty darn cold. It actually feels really nice. I really like the motor sound on this when it fires up. Got heat coming out the back yet? No, not really. Has R32 in it, so it has the warning this machine will go boom stickers on it. Now I didn't learn this till recently, but apparently R22 is also very explosive. I don't know how explosive it is compared to R22, but I do know it is the explosive. And there goes the kilowatts meter. So anyway, currently we are, it's pulling 5.43 amps, which is pretty darn good for a 10K. Now, it's kind of cold out here, so it's probably not going to build full head pressure. Oh yeah, definitely works in my hand. It says it's 90. But 5.4, got a bit of frost down here. 5.45. It's there's not much of a change between fan speeds. Get the camera off the tripod quickly here to have a quicker look at it. It has a DEL display. Nice beefy manifold here. Here's the information. Oh, it's 2020. So, 1 year older than I thought. Here's the back side. I remember when I first saw these, I saw the General Electric logo on but it's obviously a higher. I thought that was very strange. These units are, like, when I first saw these weren't very common, and then I think around 2021 or so, these really started to pick up. I know years prior they were using Gree as their OEM, like what that unit there is. And I think those were a bit better. The compressors weren't the best, though. I'll put this back on the tripod. I won't raise the compressor. It is a bleeding. I believe those are Chinese now. We're now pulling 5.58 amps. Tip of the thermocouple kind of just sits in this little thing here to keep it from air recirculation, which is really nice. There it goes, it just kind of sits in here. Yeah, stained up filter that I can't seem to clean for some reason. It goes in a lot easier than it comes out, I'll say that. These units are pretty service friendly. Definitely a lot better than the Frigidaire Electrolux units. They also don't look too bad. Like, they're not the most ugly or offensive unit I've ever seen. These some people have said that these higher units are pretty good. I don't know how I feel about them yet. They seem to hold up pretty good. A friend of mine has one of these from 2019 that fell out of a window and then sat on the side of the house for 4 years. And then he obtained it, and then the thing worked fine. So that's I think his is a R410A unit, so it has a lot higher pressure in the system than this, the R32. It's more of a lower pressure. It's not like R12 or anything, but yeah. I have a feeling in later years this unit is going to become a shot bearing special. For the time being, it's okay. It has a bit of a grumble to it. Like I've said this, I think I said this already, but it sounds like the old Samsung motors they put in the Sharps in the 90s. Pick this off. Oh, I never even decided to pull wattage or power factor. I'm tired, I want to get this project over with, but it is currently drawing 0.2 amps, 2.3 watts, and a power factor of 60, which is not very good, just for, just in the standby mode. And this is what these, units normally do when the Digitan units. I don't like them for this reason. They just sit around and waste energy when they're not being used. Yeah, the Wi-Fi light is blinking. That's just because I would use the Wi-Fi button to wake it up when the controls go dark, which is a good thing because it has obnoxious white DELs, and I would have a feeling if I was in the same room trying to sleep with this thing, I'd be forced to put a piece of tape over the control panel. But also, like, the whole outside piece is polystyrene, and if this is installed, the whole vent will just light up from the outdoors because it's thin polystyrene. We'll kick it back on so you can hear that fan, because I really like this fan noise. Turn it off again and then back on. Never got a chance to see how much it draws with the fan. Wait for it to spin down. It's a ball bearing motor, as these normally are. I don't think I'm even going to go through the trouble of, like, taking a thumbnail photo of this thing or anything like that. It's so boring and not interesting that I don't really think it's worth it. I wasn't even going to make a video of this. I just haven't tested it, and I had a tripod here, so it's like, yeah, I'll film it. Fan's almost stopped. And there it goes. Yeah, that sounds like a shark. So on almost yeah, the power factor doesn't change whether the unit's on or off. I haven't checked. I didn't ever check the compressor on, but 153 the watts, 1.25 the amps. It's obviously a PSC. On medium speed, it drops to 1.44. Much of a difference between low and medium, but 1.41. I mean, no, 141. 141 on low. 144 on medium. 152 on high. So there's not very much difference between the speeds. The amps 1.15 for low, medium is 1.18, high speed is 1.25, 26 maybe, I don't know. And back to 0.10. The amps. Or no, 0.2 the amps. Whatever. So, yeah, piece of junk GE. That's all I got to show. At least as of right now. Thank you very much for watching, and keep the breeze.